is a blockbuster Friday night wrestling triple header. Ohio State battles Wisconsin. Penn State takes on Nebraska in a huge top 10 matchup, and Indiana locks up with Illinois. Coverage begins with the wrestling pregame at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports. To tell us all about the Buckeyes in today's
Speaking of wrestler, we do have an interview.
Nick Feldman joining the show. Nick, thanks so
He's
much
from Ohio State University, and his name is.
This is just the warm up for practice. I'm just happy to be here.
The warm up for practice. We appreciate it. Well, hey, you guys had a huge match this past weekend, taking down number 6 Nebraska. It all came down to you.
His name is Nick Feldman, and he's now interviewing right now. So let's listen to what he has to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, same mindset as always. You know, I always just tell myself I love to wrestle, and this is what I'm here for. So I'm on this team for a reason, and that's pretty much it.
Well, hey, you took down A.J. Ferrari in sudden victory. What'd you see that you could exploit as that matchup went on?
Yeah, I mean, he's strong and he's a good wrestler, obviously, but, you know, I felt my discipline and my position was just starting to wane on him towards the end, and, you know, I was able to find the takedown in overtime, so I was happy to get that done for my team.
It was interesting how it played out for the team as well. Your Buckeyes jumped out to a 14-0 lead before the Huskers posted 5 straight wins. What were your teammates telling you, or what were some of the conversations like throughout that matchup?
Yeah, I mean, it started off real positive and got a little, you know, a little dicey in the middle. But, you know, our coach was saying to me that the spirit is stronger than the flesh, you know. So my spirit and my desire to win are always stronger than anything else, and that's all I needed to know.
As a team, how do you weather some of that adversity?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter, right? If you know, if the guy before you wins 15-0 or loses 15-0, you wrestle the same as always. Just hard as crap, 7 minutes, that's all it is.
You mentioned the guy before you, not right before you, but a little ways before you. Jesse Mendez at 141 had a national title match rematch against Brock Hardy in that specific meet. But he has been a stalwart for your program these last couple of years, winning back-to-back national championships. What's it like to be a teammate with him, or what have you seen in terms of the work he does off the mat that allows him to have that type of success?
Yeah, I mean, being Jesse's teammate motivates me every day. You know, we came into college together, and every day since then, I've been trying to be a little bit more like him, you know, and just having that desire and that wanting to be great is huge. You know, for this dual meet, right, maybe I get a little more of the attention because I was the last one to wrestle, but, you know, if he didn't beat Brock Hardy 14-3, then we wouldn't be where we were at, you know. So the only reason I was able to do what I did is because he does what he does, and we're so grateful to have him.
You mentioned you and Jesse kind of came up together joining this program. What's your relationship like? What do you like doing off the mat?
Yeah, we're good friends. You know, we hang out, we'll watch movies, play poker or something, but he's just a guy you want to be around. You know, no matter what you're doing, if Jesse's there, you know it's a good time.
Your team as a whole, in some of the articles I've read and listening to interviews, has talked about how close you are. And I think a lot of people look at wrestling and think more of an individual sport because you are going out there by yourself to battle, but it's all for a bigger purpose. What's the chemistry like amongst your Ohio State team, and how have you been able to build that?
Yeah, I mean, everything we do is for the team. You know, like I said, you're out there for 7 minutes by yourself, but the hours and hours that you put in, like the work is with your teammates and your brothers. So, like, just the ability to have a team like that behind your back is what makes it worth doing. You know, coming off the mat, high-fiving your teammates is why we do it. And it's just really great to have a team that we can rely on.
I would assume some of that togetherness is a factor as to why your team has 7 top 10 victories this season, 6 of them coming away from Columbus. Why have you guys been so good on the road?
We want it. I mean, we just want to win so bad. And, you know, it's like, I don't want to let my teammates down. You know, it's like, I'm not going to wrestle bad because these guys need me to wrestle good, you know, and it's like, that's what I want to do. I want to do it for my team. And so when you do something for a purpose bigger than yourself, right, it always makes it worth doing.
Mm-hmm. Walk us through a day in the life of Nick Feldman. What does your average day look like when it comes to training in class?
Yeah, so I would say, you know, I wake up probably, I don't know, a little before 7 usually and get my morning workout in. I usually meet up with my coach, Bo, and we get some reps in, and then I'll go home and make breakfast. I make a 12-ounce ribeye, 4 eggs, some toast, and some milk, and a banana. And then go to class, have a little lunch before practice, and then a good hard practice in the afternoon. And then right now I'm doing an internship. I'm like an intern strength coach here at Ohio State, so I help out just racking and re-racking weights pretty much with some strength teams. And then go home and hang out with my awesome girlfriend for a little bit, then go to bed early.
And your girlfriend is a Buckeye as well, correct? A little birdie told me, named Shane Sparks.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, she's a cheerleader. She's a beast. They just won a 3rd national title, actually, so proud of her.
Yes, we love shouting out the ladies. That's awesome. Going back to that ribeye, though, are you making all of your own meals?
Oh, yeah.
That's dedication. All right.
Wow.
I'm the best chef I know.
Wow.
All right, Nick. I like the confidence. I do want to kind of go back in time in your wrestling journey. You had a ton of success in high school. You were a national champion. But at what point did you realize, hey, wrestling is a path I could go down, and I'm really good at this?
Yeah, I'm very blessed to have an awesome parents and awesome family. My dad wrestled in college at Virginia Tech. So he got me wrestling at an early age. We lived down in Virginia for a while, and I remember talking to him, and I was not very good when we lived in Virginia. I was super mediocre, but he said, "Hey, listen, maybe you could do this in college, but you got to work for it." And I remember just turning up the training. We moved to Pennsylvania when I was in 7th grade, and from there I kind of just skyrocketed, worked hard, and I found my way to Ohio State, which I couldn't be happier with.
So did you fall in love with wrestling right away, even when you were mediocre at it? Or at some point, when did it really emerge as a huge passion for you?
Yeah, I would say I fell in love with it right away. I loved wrestling. I lost a lot, which I didn't love, but just the process of wrestling was just something I really enjoyed. I was a pretty rambunctious kid, I would say. So wrestling gave me a place to go and fight people for a while, and can't put a price on that, so I was happy to do it.
Fair enough. You walked us through your day. Not a lot of time for extracurricular activities outside of training, class, cooking, it sounds like. What are some of your interests or hobbies that don't have to do with wrestling?
Yeah, I mean, I like to be a man's man, I like to go fishing. I like to build stuff if I can, but yeah, I like to be outside whenever I can. And now I'm a big movie guy too, so if I can sit around and watch some movies, that makes me happy.
Real quick, I did want to go back to a stop in your wrestling journey back when you were a freshman, because you dealt with a neck injury, and everything I heard from people around wrestling was just the amount of toughness you showed to fight back from that. How did that shape you into the wrestler and person that you are today, going through an experience like that?
Yeah, I'd say that that neck injury was probably the first real adversity I faced in my life, and it took a lot of mental toughness to overcome it, but like I said with anything else, I couldn't have done it by myself. My coaches and my teammates loved me and supported me, and the good Lord above had mercy on me, and I'm here now.
Well, it's been a joy watching you. Glad that you're back healthy and competing. When you look ahead at the road that lies ahead for your Ohio State team, obviously the target is on the back of the Penn State. Nittany Lions as the reigning national champions. What will it take for your group to walk away as national title winners this season? What gives you the confidence that you could do that?
Yeah, I mean, everything we've been doing. I think we're training hard, we're wrestling smart, and when the time comes, we'll perform. There's a quote we have. It's like, you don't rise to the occasion, you sink to the level of your training. And our training has been amazing. So I'm fully faithful in this team, and I just want to do my part.
You guys have some good quotes, Nick. Well, thank you so much. We'll let you go. I know you got practice just ahead. Appreciate the time, and best of luck moving forward this season.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Nick Feldman, awesome stuff. But up next, we switch gears.